To Green. Taking a lick there before he made the shot, but Nick Green coming through for the Lions.
As one of the all-time leading scorers in Piedmont men's lacrosse history, Nick Green knew he could overcome some hits to reach his goal. However, just a few months before his graduation day in Demarest, it was an unexpected hit in Green's personal life that provided a new challenge for the Lion.
The past 3 months have been a roller coaster of emotions for folks familiar with Abilene's Cypress Street station. In March, Cypress Street owner Brian Green suddenly died, bringing a lot of uncertainty about the restaurant's future. K-Texas anchor Mari Cockrell introduces us to the young man chosen to keep the Abilene landmark alive.
The restaurant business is not one for the weary. And no one may know that better than 22-year-old Nick Green. He's now the new general manager of Cypress Street Station Restaurant and Brewery, known to many as a landmark location in downtown Abilene. It was opened by Nick's uncle, Brian Green, in the early 90s. In March of this year, Brian unexpectedly passed away, and while his friends and family mourned, many also wondered what would happen to Cypress.
The thought of closing down Cypress Street didn't even cross their mind. They knew in their hearts that Cypress Street Station needed to stay open, no matter the costs.
With support of the entire Green family to keep Cypress running, Nick was chosen to take the helm. He had spent all of last summer interning at the restaurant with his uncle.
Nick taking over in his uncle's shoes was no surprise, as so many had already seen the young man succeed on the field. But it was even less of a surprise to Dr. John Meisner, Piedmont Executive Vice President and the Dean of the Walker School of Business at Piedmont College. Dr. Meisner saw Nick's potential in the world of business in just a half-hour meeting before he had even set foot on campus.
I first met Nick when he was a high school senior. He came with his family to visit, and I spent a good half hour with Nick over in the business school talking about our business programs. And it was obvious to me that he was anxious to play college lacrosse, but he was also anxious to study business.
Nick's interest in studying business quickly blossomed into real-world experience when he had the chance to work with his uncle in the summer prior to his final year at Piedmont College.
But he was very, very close to his uncle. And I know that internship last summer, when he spent the summer with him, meant a lot to Nick, and he really wanted to go down there and help the family.
It was an awesome learning experience. I met a lot of great people. I've said many times before, I wouldn't have traded it for the world, especially given the circumstances.
With his experience intact, Nick has settled in nicely in Texas after graduation, but the young man knows the destination is not as important as the journey itself. With his footsteps now touching down in the Lone Star State, Nick is looking forward to continuing what his uncle handed down to him and sharing his experience at Piedmont with his new community.
I'm just thankful that the people of Abilene have been so welcoming to not only myself but my family. It's been a long journey, but it's not done yet.